What do you think of when you think of a Western?
I hadn't been a huge Western fan before this, but the more that I read and the more I researched, the more I found that there was a tradition of Westerns not always being just sort of, shoot 'em ups with guys. There's a richness there and a diversity and something that I could both kind of subvert, maybe what you might expect to get from a Western, but also be part of this larger tradition that's existed for a long time.
Anna North flips the white male trope of Westerns on its head by following a ragtag team of female outlaws in her new novel, Outlawed.
When I set out to tell this story, I did think it would be really interesting to, look at this idea that people have of the hole in the wall gang and sort of gender flip it, have it be women, have it be non-binary people, what if it wasn't, again, just cisgender men. Outlawed is, I think of it as sort of a revisionist Western, and it's about it's an alternate history, a retelling of the story of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and the Hole in the Wall gang, but it focuses on the story of Ada, who is a young woman. She's apprenticing to be a midwife, but when she gets married and she's not able to become pregnant, she lives in a society that is very stigmatizing toward people who have infertility. They're even burned as witches. I should say this book takes place in an alternate version of around 1894, 1895. And so she has to flee, and she ends up taking up with the Hole in the Wall gang and going on a series of adventures to sort of determine both how she can be safe and also sort of finding her own calling in life.
So I wanted to get to the gender aspect of Outlawed, because the Hole in the Wall gang that you personified is this ragtag team of mostly female or non-binary, gender fluid group of people, and people that I really want to be friends with. I kind of describe how important it was for you to kind of encapsulate all of these different genders and sexualities into the focal point in this book.
The more research I did, the more I learned, even the actual Hole in the Wall gang, there were women, at least one woman who was fairly famous. So part of it was just well, let's represent how things actually were in the American West and everywhere, where people have always been non-binary, people have always been trans, people have always had a variety of gender expressions. I think there's a discourse that somehow, that being transgender or being non-binary or any of these things are somehow new or invented, and the more that you look at history, the more clear it is that that's not true. So just wanting to explore that a little bit.
So A24 bought Outlawed for a television series. What's going to be your role in that?
So I'm not exactly sure what my role is going to be yet, but I'm definitely, hoping to at least be someone involved. The idea of having this world be, given over to a larger group of people and a larger diversity of people who could speak to some of the experiences that I couldn't speak to as well. That's really exciting to me. So I'm super excited to see what they do with it. I hope it, makes its way to the screen one day. I think that'd be really cool.
Scan the QR code on your screen with your phone's camera to watch the full interview and find out why she took a trip to Wyoming to record what it sounded like.